This is gonna be try two. So last time I did this, I was unfairly killed by a creeper. Luckily, I had a backup world just in case something like this was to happen. And I feel like that's unfair. That that was the way that ended because the creeper blew me up in water. So we're gonna give it another go, and this time hopefully have a fair version. So I did a little bit of off camera grinding to get us some resources so we can build up something. So something very particular I want to build, and a couple of structures actually. But the first are going to require a little bit of stone. It's going to require a little bit of crafting. So that should help us. First, we're going to sleep. So you're probably asking, what the heck am I going to build? Well, we're going to go with a bridge, right? So the first thing we're going to do is this. And then we're going to do something like this. This is just part one. Now, how's this bridge going to be built? Well, we're going to do this. And I think we're going to start out with this and just see if 3 is the way to go. Like 3 up. Or do we need to go with 4? I think we want to do this. So we're going to do something like that. And I probably shouldn't be so careless with my health. We're going to eventually go and craft some armor up. But add another block of 3. And then a third. And then we're going to do one more, but this time it's going to get brought down. Good thing is if I run out of cobblestone, I can always go back to my chest room and get some more, but I don't foresee that being an issue. Never mind. We do need to go back and get some more. Um, Here we go. And I want it to be like an actual structure, right? Like, if TNT were to blow this up, it would be able to hold firm. Now then, one detail that needs to be changed up is we're going to run with something like this, right? Just to add a little bit of right. And then what we're actually going to do is we're going to count there you go. And then boom. I'm not a big fan. I want to go out just a little bit wider. Like that. There you go. I think that's the bridge. So, with that kind of done, we can begin working on the second structure here, which like we're going to have go out by like 11 and then come in by about 9. Which will spruce us up later. Bring out a little bit more cobble. Would love like cannons or like muskets in this mod because I feel like it would just be so cool to have as like an add-on, right? Or even like historically accurate swords, right? Not so much like I can use them as weapons to take out mods, well that would be cool, but it's like a sort of decorative thing because it'd be accurate. So yeah. Speaking of, the dogs are out. Can I tame them in one go? Yes! Let's go, I got a dog. Come up here, buddy. I got you. Oh, I love it when I get my first dog. We're going to have to name you later. I just want to make sure I don't have any more bones. Because if not, I'm going to put them in my inventory. Ignore the mess in here. It's just been kind of a scramble. I haven't been confronting the mobs as much as I probably should. So we'll have to confront a lot of skeletons later if we want more dogs. But we're gonna... Right. This cube won't be as aged, I think, as some of the other structures. I guess to be one of the newer structures, so a little bit less age. It is bigger, which I think is the biggest issue with it. But, yeah. Touch me, Midas. Sorry about that. We are busy here. I'm back for this. I let that amount of time. That's probably lost the entire day, but yeah. Um. All right. Here we go. Let's finish off the rest of this little build that we got going on here. So what's gonna be? I don't know yet. Um. I want to kind of build it though. Like if anyone's ever seen those medieval houses that like built on top of those structures, that's kind of the thought process. And then as I start to get like a more diverse block palette, the intention's gonna be get more blocks to add in here, like andesite and stuff. But I'm not trying to go for that just yet, just because I want to kind of put together this. I guess we can call it almost a fortress, right? Since this is the first building, it's almost a fortress of sorts. Let's see what I think of it. Yeah, I think it's fine for now. Right, and like I said, I don't want this to be too worn out because that's not the building that it is. Now, um, we're going to want to do this. And then what we'll eventually do is line some stairs. And what's it going to do? It's going to lead us to a second level. That's going to lead us to some sort of house. Oh. Right. And unfortunately, within the jungle, the sources of like cobblestone are severely limited. So like, I don't have all the resources that I would want. But we're gonna get them. I just need to figure out how. So while that happens, we're gonna build the on top structure. Oh, probably shut my door. I had a really close call where a creeper nearly got in. So move those objects up. We're going to bring down 3 of these wood planks as well as these spares. There you go. Right. So in this way we can get up. So our work is really cut out for us because we have to turn this into a fully functioning building. So on the sides, what I'm really going to do is I'm going to do this. Oh, not that. Might take us a sec to get this right. Oh, wait. Do I have to place it up? Yep, there you go. Right, so we'll do that. 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 And that should be the building. Crossing my fingers that we made a good call on the dimensions. Because if not, I've got to readjust this, and it's going to be so annoying. And we'll eventually work on the increnations. Nope, looks like I got it perfect. So, yeah. Might need a couple more stairs. Not a problem. We'll get those. I mean, I was glad I was able to get close to what I needed. So we'll create just one more set just to... hold this over. So we'll do that. It's not even. That's the issue, though. And I didn't dimensionally mess up. So could be interesting. Um... Feels like we need a different block to... I think I have the block. I regret having to, like, use this, but... Perfect. So yeah. And then we'll solve our issue later. But for now, this is... Nope, not that way. First, we're going to stack that. And then we'll do that. That's how I think we're going to do it. Right? This isn't meant to be fancy. This isn't meant to be, like, extravagant, because at the time period, things weren't fancy and extravagant. Unless, of course, you were very wealthy. Which is not the intention here. The intention is that I'm super wealthy. So we're going to make 24 of these and hope that holds us over. We might redo these windows later. Right? Get the shape down. Because I don't know what I want to do about that yet, so we're not going to do that. But yeah. I'm going to go make another axe. So we could do something very special to our wood. Oh, almost forgot. The doors. So, we're going to make another axe. Like that. Just one for the time being, because I don't know. Alright, that one's going to be for chopping down more trees later. But what we're going to do, my thought, is we're going to try something like this. Which I think will go as a perfect contrast to the inside structure. Right, I want to have consistency. Yeah, I kind of like that. Um, then what I think we'll do is we'll pull out my trusty sand, which I kind of use as like my scaffolding. Um, I think we kind of have a verdict on which side the castle is going to be the inside. So we'll get that done, right? Um, so, I mean, what is that verdict? I guess is an obvious question. Well, I think how we're going to build the castle is the first iteration is going to kind of come around to the front because I want cannons along the walls. The issue is I don't know how to. I want to bring it full circle because of the way this building's built. Right, so we're going to do that. So that's the one. So I think it's 1. Then I think it's 3. Actually 2. So yeah, it's a very... This structure might physically get larger than that one. So, there you go. 2 doors. And we'll get a couple of stone stairs. Two of those. So, all right, cool. The witch is gone. Oh my god, Mam is so worried. So yeah, we're gonna do it like that. So it's not gonna be even on that side, unfortunately, which is not gonna be, the increnulations are not gonna be even. Does that bother me? I guess a little, but not enough to make me want to completely go back and change it, because I think a part of me admires the imperfection. Right? One side is going to be longer than the other. Thought I was missing one. I think there's a different way we could do this. I do kind of like this methodology of doing it a little bit better. I do want to kind of cap this one off in particular with that. Maybe not. I mean, this is cool, though. It's a nice inclination, which will allow me to lead it there, but... we're unfortunately out of resources. I think we have enough progress, though, to kind of set us up for the second part of the castle. There is a little something that I want to do before we call it for the day. And that's, I want to make this gate like an official gate. Right, and I think next time around, like, we're going to have resources, so we're going to collect those, and then beyond just collecting those resources, I think we're going to get to start on the village. Oh. Ow. Sir, I do not like your attitude with me. Okay, then. That was risky. Should not have done that. Eat, 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 eat. This is why we need the gates, though. That way I can begin to turn this into what can be considered a safe haven. Actually, I don't like it there. I want in the middle. That feels a little bit more appropriate for this, is to have it at the middle, right? Fences are the most annoying things to break, though. And place. Right, to not have it be annoying, like, you have to do it precise. So, I'm going to use this to solve another problem. In fact, actually, I might just go rob the village of theirs. And we still have to defend the front, but that can be done in episode 3, in my opinion. And it shouldn't take us that long. I might kidnap a villager. But we're gonna take that one. Actually, wrong fence post to take. That's why. Mobs can get... I don't think a mob could get in this way. He can. Just in case we run into a dog. I'm more of a dog lover in Minecraft than I'm a cat lover, so I will definitely gun it for dogs. Like, I'll make a beeline if I see a dog more than I would probably for a cat. So we'll finish up the roof in the next episode. This, I feel a lot safer now, with the keep kind of coming to full circle. There'll be a little bit more resource gathering need to be done. In fact, I might actually consider changing that roof so we can get back some cobblestone. But I'm loving the increnations. They're definitely a good showcase. And I think 2 episodes in, this keep is really starting to come together. And yeah, next episode. Darn it. But next episode, we can get to work on perhaps maybe a little bit more of a wall. But I also want to start maybe building a port down here. I'll kind of outline. We're going to have to do some research, but I want to get a port going. Because I feel like this needs to be a port city with a small navy. And we will run with that. As well as I also want to do farms next episode. But the environment, has to be changed a little bit. But right now we have the perfect start to our keep. A nice underbelly room for whatever we want to do it. Maybe some armor stands. And yeah, I think there might be something I want to do before we call this episode quits. I feel like y'all should be here for the use of my iron to create whatever I think is necessary. So we're going to... And then... Boom. So yeah, so we're all ready now to defend the area. Just for a little bit of protection for myself. This gate can hopefully keep monsters from crossing in between. And then next episode, we'll begin to build a wall perhaps around this side. Clear out maybe some of these trees. And yeah, the frontier is the next area that we're going to touch. But this was episode 2 of Rise of Brandenburg. And that's not the official name of this empire. I just figured it'd be a good inspiration. And some work will be done for when you guys see this next time. It's going to look a lot different. But until then, y'all take care. Look out for episode 3. Right? Bye.